Alright, hey folks, Nathan here. This is a PSVR Let's Play. I'm going to start a fresh game, because I'm going to do my real game, probably starting on Monday. Start a fresh game here. This is the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, except this is the VR version of it for PlayStation VR. Okay, now I'm going to show you basically the motion controller way to play this, because there's been a lot of question as to whether or not the motion controls are any good. Should you play with the Move controllers? Should you play with the other controllers? And me, personally, I want to do the motion controllers here just as a starting point. Okay? The quest journal lists your quest, blah, blah, blah. Select a quest, press R to make it your active quest, which adds or trigger. Now notice here it says... you can sort of hopefully see my thing. Select a quest and press, it says R and then the move button. Okay, you have two different controllers. Okay, it is important to note whether it says R or L, because you're going to use basically every button on these controllers to be able to play. And oftentimes, what happens is different depending on whether it's the right hand or the left hand that you're hitting the button on. Unlike many games that use the move controllers where you've got both controllers and maybe you're using both hands to do stuff, but while the effect is limited to one hand or the other, the buttons often do the same thing, like switch the weapon on that hand. It is going to make a difference right or left hand for this. Okay? Alright, so exit. Like I said, I just want to start a new game here. Bethesda Game Studios presents... Alright, now I've already done a little bit of the introduction on another game. Like I said, I'm going to start a fresh game on Monday because I'm waiting for the special edition big-ass hardback guide to show up. First thing you will notice here as I'm playing is that when you don't have something in your hand or something that you're doing with a particular hand, you are seeing the motion controllers in-game. So that is kind of an immersion-breaking sort of thing. But at the same time, you do kind of want to be able to see the controllers to some degree, because if you haven't memorized which buttons are where, oftentimes them telling you hit square, hit triangle might trip things up for you. This is the way that the original game presumably does start. I have not played the original Skyrim.
And that thief over there.
I know, there's a thief over there, and we're all like chilling together. We're all going to go be taken to get killed. Fantastic.
Stormcloaks.
So,
Skyrim was fine until you came.
as I'm going
nice
through the atmosphere here,
if they hadn't been looking for you,
in
stolen
the
horse
setting, I guess is the
halfway
best
to
way to
Hammerfell.
describe it here. We've got the
You
fog,
and me, we shouldn't be here.
trees look good,
These
mountains look
Stormcloaks
good,
Empire wants.
characters look life-size
We're all
relative
brothers
to
and
you.
sisters in vines now.
Not super great from a visual standpoint, but keep in mind this is a game that began on the previous generation, has been upgraded repeatedly. Still decent looking for VR. Okay, you're going to use the X and circle button, or the cross and circle button, which are the bottom two on your right hand to rotate if you're using motion control. So X, circle.
No, this can't be happening. This isn't happening.
It can't be happening, man. It can't be happening.
What village are you from, horse thief? Why do you care?
I am playing on the new version of the PlayStation VR. I did buy the Skyrim bundle. That is the first way to get the new headset. I would also note here that if you like the motion controllers, but you hate the fact that the original motion controllers from the PS3 era and the ones that have been sold with PSVR use the old version of a USB plug. I think it's called a mini instead of micro, or it's the other way around. But it still had the PlayStation 3 era USB plugs to charge it. The ones that come with the Skyrim bundle or the new version of the Move controllers, they have the newer one. So, pretty cool.
Damn elves. I bet they had something.
And yeah, I'm hoping I actually can see the comments in VR now. They've done that update with the firmware update. But yeah, I've been told so many great things about how fantastic this game is. I'm psyched to be able to play it. As soon as they said it was going to be in VR, I was like, I don't care how many hours I sink into it, I've got to finally play this. And I mean, it's weird. Like, I'm in this game and I'm seeing this scene and I'm like, oh, this could be any VR game, right? Where we're just kind of chilling and we're driving and here's where the atmosphere is. You're life-size and I'm talking to you, yada, yada, yada. But it's all on rails, right? They're just taking me where I'm gonna go. But you realize just how enormous this game is and how it has been in all of its other incarnations. And this is the base game plus the 3 DLCs completely recreated for VR. It almost blows your freaking mind. I mean, really the only full-size VR experience that we've gotten for PSVR at this point that could even remotely compare is the fact that we can play Resident Evil 7 fully in VR or not. And that still holds no candle to the amount of content you get with Skyrim. So, whoop, sorry! So yeah, I am totally stoked to get into this. But like I said, I'm waiting. Now, I do notice sometimes that as it's tracking my motion controllers and showing me them on screen, if I'm holding them down, it's like sometimes they float to elsewhere in the room, which is kind of weird. So I'm going to make sure I'm facing the right direction here as the TV. Whoa. Okay. So that maybe it'll track these a little bit better. You do need to rotate with your controller. If you try to rotate yourself and face away from the TV, the tracking becomes a little wonky, but that's because the camera has to look for the balls.
You're not gonna kill me!
Dude, don't do it! Oh, you're so screwed. Yep, saw that coming.
Wait. You there.
Dummy.
Step forward.
Now, I'm not sure if in the regular game where it says, like, step forward, if you actually have to step forward or what. It's kind of a derp face you got going on there, son. Again, I don't really care here. My initial thing was to create a dark elf because it just looked cool. I don't really care because, like I said, I'm going to start my real game later. So, whatever. My name is Prisoner. That's fine. Come on, let me go to done. This is where things get a little bit wonky because you're trying to use your motion control. You hold down the trigger on the right motion controller and just wave it up and down, left and right to move on menus like that, which is kind of tricky.
He goes to the block.
What?
By your orders, Captain.
I'm not on the list and you're going to kill me anyway.
Die here, in your home.
Bite me.
Follow the captain, prisoner.
Yeah, I do see that. Well, when the compass actually exists. Like right now, I don't have the compass existing yet. That doesn't happen until you get a little bit more freedom.
Ulfric Stormcloak. Some here in Helgen call you a hero, but a hero doesn't...
excuse me. Somebody needs to go after him. He is a Cylon. I remember that shit from the show. He's a Cylon? Someone? Anyone?
And now the Empire is
Okay.
going to put you down.
I'm screwed,
and
thanks.
Restore the peace.
I actually just picked up, like, I don't do anything by half measures, so I've got that big special edition guide that's coming, but I just picked up the first 2 of the Skyrim Histories volumes from Books A Million, and I have the 3rd one on its way from Amazon, so I'm reading up on the background of this universe, because I've never played an Elder Scrolls game before.
As you wish.
In fact, the last RPG I played was probably Old Republic, Knights of the Old Republic 2. What are these magical things floating in your hands? They don't look like the technology of our realm.
Are smiling at me, Imperials. Can you say the same?
Ouch.
You Imperial bastards!
Justice!
Death to the Stormcloaks!
As fearless
Don't
in
get
death
yourself, you know.
as he was in life.
Now, see, again, I say don't get yourself, and then it strikes me that, see, I don't even understand the different factions yet. I'm just now, like I said, reading the book. I've seen this sequence when I first played. The dragon sequences within this, especially as you're coming around some of the corners during your escape, are awesome in VR. Oh! Could you not at least move the body, bro? Oh, guess not. Guess not. Wait, no, maybe you did. Oh, I must be facing different than the TV here.
Oblivion is that?
Uh-oh!
What do you see?
And again, these guys look real-life size. So you get a sense of the scale of the dragon, which is cool. Guys?
Come on, the gods won't give us another chance. This way!
This way. Alright, so now here's that compass he was talking about, right? So if I look down and I rotate myself, there's a compass here that sort of tells me where I'm looking, right? So it tells me to go to him, which is the marker, so it's pointing me in that direction. If I'm using the move controller and I have teleport motion on, then I'm holding down the left move button and kind of pointing with it and then letting go to teleport, which is fairly fast movement, but it does mean you can't run or you can't sneak and such when you're using this movement type, based on what I'm seeing in the instructions.
Yara, look. What is that thing? Could the legends be true?
Health, I guess.
Legends don't.
A something. West. A something.
We need to move now.
Up through the tower. Let's go.
Go ahead, run. I will follow you.
The stairs now.
And it really does feel like these stairs are going up and up and up and up, which is pretty cool. Whoa! Man, just screwed that stuff up. Whoa, whoa, don't push me!
See the inn on the other side. Jump through the roof.
Did you just like float?
We'll follow when we can.
Right. So teleport, or if I'm direct in movement mode, I can jump with a right triangle. But since I'm in teleport mode, then I just go like that and let go. And I have jumped down. Apparently into fire, but I have jumped down. Notice it goes from like a bluish tint, bluish white, to green as I'm changing levels here.
Hammond, you need to get over here now.
Uh-oh.
Attaboy, you're doing great. Toro!
Fire!
Still alive, prisoner? Keep close to me if you want to stay that way.
You're saying come with me if you want to live? Is that what you're saying,
I have
basically?
to find General Tullius and join the defense.
Again, graphically, you can tell that this is sort of a step beyond a previous generation, but it's not where you would expect, like, you know, like a Resident Evil 7 to be. Yes, this is so freaking awesome right here, this part. Let's get out here. I mean, just look at the, well, to me, the size of that thing. I mean, it's just enormous. Whoa! Hey, bro. We going up there? We gonna go that way? Okay. Ew, dead bodies everywhere. Dragon be like, let the bodies hit the floor.
It's you and me, prisoner. Stay close.
It's you and me and all other villagers.
Out of my way.
We're escaping, Headman. You're not stopping us this time.
Fine. I hope that dragon takes you all to Summerguard.
You, come on! Into the keep!
Enter the keep with homeboy. Okay?
I can cut you loose inside! Come on!
Now, to get inside, I just, like, walked into the door. I didn't actually press a button to open the door. And the loading screens go back to cinematic mode. Right? So as I turn my head around, it's like I'm looking at a giant screen on which that's all projected. Okay. You haven't seen any combat yet. That'll happen here momentarily.
We'll meet again.
No voice or any magic used yet in the early parts of the game, though. What's
Looks
up?
like we're the only ones who made it.
We're so
That
screwed.
thing was a dragon.
Yeah.
No doubt. Just like the children's stories and the legends. The harbingers of the end times. We better get moving. Come here. Let me see if I can get those bindings off.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Yes,
There
my
you go.
bindings are gone, but
May
of
as
course
well
I can't
take
see them. I
Gunner's
can't
gear.
see my body
He won't be needing it anymore.
at all. Okay, now, for the
That
record,
armor on Gunyar isn't doing him any good. Go
Take
ahead,
his armor.
take it.
so if I want to talk to him, I point and click. If I want to search the body or sit in the
Gunyar
chair,
isn't
I
coming
point,
back from the dead.
I click.
Take his armor and anything else on him.
Okay. Search. Okay, so then it brings up the floaty menu. If I turn, the menu is all kind of fixed in front of me. See all my stats and everything. I'm moving on the menu by holding down the trigger on the right stick and moving it. Right. I'm going to hit take all because I'm just...
Get that
I'm just
armor
greedy
on
like that.
And give that axe a few swings. I'm
Now,
going to see if I can find
I need
some way
to
out of
access
here.
my menu, so my right one's not going to do me any good.
Let's see about that
Triangle on my left one is going to give me this menu, at which I basically... Yeah, the movement's not nearly as smooth. So So I'm going to go either level up, map, magic, or items. I'm going to go to items. Again, hold the trigger and move it the direction you want to go. Let's go all. So we have foot wraps or fur boots. And all I'm doing to select it is just hitting the move button on the right hand. Iron War Axe, sure. And Curious instead of that, as I'm seeing all my stats and everything down here. Click. So it very much feels very Minority Report-esque in that it's all floating in front of you, but you're sort of moving to move, right? If I'm holding down the trigger, you're sort of moving in order to select, but you're still using buttons and such, and you're not exactly like moving stuff around Minority Report style or nothing like that. Okay, cool. So, out we go. Again, I've got my whatchamacallit here, my compass. I've got my left and right movement still mapped to the same one. Okay, this is the simplest move scheme available for the motion controls for those who get motion sick and that sort of thing.
It's the escaped prisoners.
Uh-oh. You sons of... Wait. I thought I had my axe. Yeah, it's axis selected. Oh yeah, I gotta actually, like, break out the axe. I forget how to do that. Yes, X. Now all of a sudden I've got a hand. Whoa.
Maybe one of these Imperials had the key.
Maybe one of these Imperials have that key. Point and search.
Let's
Take
see
it all.
here.
Point and search. Again, I don't have to worry about inventory because I'm not gonna
Found the key.
bother to keep this character later once I've actually got the guide and can really spend some time digging into it. But yeah, so swing your weapon to attack. I mean, it's really just kind of a one-to-one on the screen, but how its hit detection works is really going to be the determining factor, right? I mean, if you swing like this, but the hit detection doesn't take it like that or anything other than just the same kind of attack, then it's not really going to be all that interesting. But yeah, you get your weapon kind of floating there. You get your hand floating, which I'm going to be using for magic eventually, but don't have anything like that yet. Then I can use that to move. If I want to do a power attack, I hold down the trigger on the right hand and I slash with it. I'll do that the next time there's an opponent coming up, but it takes your stamina, so. Ooh, melons. Wait, dude, there's melons. Oh, shit. Didn't know you could actually do that. Although that goes back to some of the things I've seen about don't go after them. Now, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Texas, is it good or bad that the texture maps are about the same? Because I honestly don't know. Like I said, I've never played Skyrim before in my life, except just playing the little bit of this when I first got it on Friday to get a feel for it before I did any kind of stream with it. Oh, cool. That is a good thing. Awesome.
Dragon doesn't give up easy.
No, he doesn't. The bad
Everything
thing.
important and let's move. Dragon's burning everything to the ground.
I just need to gather some more potions.
Won't take us alive.
Uh-oh.
The prisoners are escaping. That's your best.
You mother...
Hey,
Hey! Isn't he dead, you
See if
jackass?
you can find any potions. We'll need them.
Potions? Search. Thank you. Oh, I didn't do that power thing like I was going to do, did I? I'll do it next time. I'll try to remember it. But yeah, I mean, you can go around the area, and I mean, it all has that feel, that substantial feel of realism. Even if you can't necessarily... Oh, I was about to say, even if you can't necessarily go up the stuff like the ladder, but holy shit, you can. Okay. Huh. Nice. I mean, it's one of these... I guess because the original game wasn't meant for VR, the sense of scale is actually pretty good. Most VR games, a lot of times, they put you in a confined space like this, but they aren't very expansive. It's like it's one or the other. It's like a confined space that's not very big, or you're in a very large open area, but there's no confinement or little like structures and such to really give you a huge sense of scale. This feels really like the scale fits. Granted, I'm shorter than that guy is, but that's because I'm shorter in real life, presumably. Oh yeah, but I can jump halfway across the room like it ain't nothing.
Done? Let's
Yeah.
get moving.
Let's do it. I do find I run fairly fast because all I gotta do is click, 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 click.
Troll's blood.
Right? Just zoom, 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 zoom,
Torture
zoom.
room. Hear that?
Up.
Come on.
Now I don't have a... But when oh, shit! Nuggets! You! Get the hell away from me with that shit.
Was Jarl Ulfric with you?
No. I haven't seen him since the dragon showed up.
Anything in here to get?
Wait a
Ooh,
second.
stuff.
Looks like there's something in this cave.
I got a shield now. So I gotta go to my menu, go to items. I'm assuming that's under weapons. No? Apparel? Just all. Let's just go to all. I don't see... There's a shield. Just weird kind of navigating this menu. I got a shield now!
It's locked.
Ooh, cool.
See if you can get it open.
And like a mace or something.
We might need that gold once we get out.
Okay, let's go to items. Let's go to weapons. Yeah, I didn't deal with the... Let's see, so Imperial Sword is damage 9. Dagger is damage 4. War Axe is damage 9. Mace is damage 2. But then you got those weight values. That's a heavy-ass mace. I'll just go with the sword that I got. Okay.
Let's go.
Whoa! Yeah, and you just move straight through it. As I expected, but, you know, just curious. Alright, so back out. Boom, boom. Let's go pick a lock. Whoa, too close. And pointing towards it, right move button. Okay, so use square and triangle, but it doesn't say which, I'm assuming right, to rotate the lockpick, then trigger to rotate the lock. When you rotate the lock, the closer the lockpick is to the correct position, the more the lock will rotate before the lockpick breaks. Only when the lockpick is in the correct position will the lock fully rotate and open. Okay, this should be interesting with move controls. I did this before, but I forget how. Okay, so I get the click. Nope. Almost. There we go. Cool. Of course, then I gotta get the heck out the way of the dough. Search. I'm just gonna take everything. Ooh, take. I didn't realize I could take that. Ooh, take, it's a book. Ooh, take and take and take and take. Taking all kinds of stuff. Oh, I search your body, I take everything. I search your body, I take everything. And I probably actually have better armor now or something, but yeah, I don't want to get lost in the minutiae. Like I said, I'm going to restart when I have the guide on Monday. I just want you to get a feel for how this goes. I mean, I like the fact that the shield... I didn't actually grab the shield on my first playthrough of this part, so I'm not actually entirely sure. I'm assuming it's just hold it up and thunk. Howdy. I don't want to accidentally hurt you. Let me put that blade away. There we go. So yeah, so if I hit X, it's my shield and my sword that go in. This is X on my left hand that does that. And then it looks like circle on my left isn't doing anything yet. Triangle on my left is that one. Square on my left is... Okay, so that's like the game menu, right? Quests, stats, and all that kind of stuff. And you go back and forth using square and triangle. Okay, not bad. Circle is going to get you out of that menu, but then circle and X on the right hand is moving left and right. Square on right hand, nothing yet. I think that's an interact button. Triangle on right hand, nothing yet. Oh, and trigger. Okay, cool. So if I want to get my weapons out, my weapons and stuff out, I can either use X to just toggle them on or off on my left hand, or I can hit either trigger and it brings them out, but hitting that back in. Cool. And not sure I'm selecting, I guess. Move button on the right hand. Okay. I will follow you, Boromir. Or whatever your name is. Just don't take the ring from me, you ass.
Orders are to wait until General Tullius arrives.
I know you want to bring the ring to Gondor and all that shit.
We need to fall back. Stop
Die! Son of a...
Get me up there so I can get to him, and I'll cut him up too, bud. What is wrong with you? You just... Brother, that is crazy. He killed that guy so much, he was liking it. Oh shit, up in his face. I'm going to search you and take all your shit. I'm going to search you and take all your shit. Not even because I'm going to use it, but because it just dishonors you by having you sitting here buck naked. So, haha! I will hear the lamentations of your women when they see your butt nakedness. Let's go. Come on.
Let's see where this goes.
Yes, let's see where this goes. There's a lever I gotta... Are you gonna flick it? Okay, you can flick the lever. That's cool. Last time I flicked the lever. Ooh. Bloody sword. That's kind of cool. Even the design of the sword, I kind of feel like I need to hold it up and, you know, get the power of Grayskull, but that's okay. Sword of Omens, give me sight beyond sight. Nope, not so much. Okay, awesome. What's up? Where are we going?
We're going back that way now.
Not that way,
Better
apparently.
push on. The rest of them will have to find another way out.
Okay. I do find it interesting that, and maybe it's just because I've been playing VR for about a year now, but it's interesting to me that my brain doesn't even question the surroundings anymore. Like, it's just, okay, this is where I am, this is how I'm going to play. You know, it's awesome. I can stop and sort of, you know, marvel at things like the spider webs. But for some reason, like the scale and just, you know, this is the environment in which I'm playing just doesn't give me that immediate sort of sense of weird unreality that it did when I first started VR. Come on, go!
What's the hurry?
Oh shit! Spider thingies! Oh, but now I got a shield to actually use.
It's nothing.
Don't spit spidery goo at me. I don't really feel like the slashes, like, and this may be something that you guys can let me know from the original game, but I'm not sure I feel like the slashes are really doing me as much good. I mean, it did on the last two, but on those human opponents, it didn't feel... It was weird. It felt a little weird. Like, I didn't necessarily feel the physical sensation of cutting through them that I did with those. And I think maybe it was because I was closer with those. Like, maybe the reach isn't actually quite as long as your actual arm and where the blade is. Like, there's a set reach that the blade actually has. So if I stab out here, the point isn't actually what I'm hitting. It's more like maybe around here or something. I don't know. Just seems a little odd. Oh. Spider webs. You need an answering machine now, right? Right? Do we have the joke coming? Sorry, I'm not home right now. I'm walking into spider webs, so leave a message and I'll call you back. Anyway.
Come on, hurry up.
I'm a child of the 90s and 80s, so what do you expect? Okay, now how's the water look? Ooh, well, I mean, the water looks typically video game water, right? So it does feel kind of like the water goes lower, but it's more like just a sheen, like a sheet of water, rather than feeling like it's got much depth like over here. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing. I mean, I'm not, of all things, I mean, that's not exactly what I'm preoccupied with. I just, you know, it's interesting to see.
There's a bear just ahead.
There's a bear!
See her? I'd rather not tangle with her right now. Let's try to sneak by.
Where's the bear?
Nice and slow. Watch where you step.
Watch where you step.
If you're feeling lucky, you can take this bow. Might take her by surprise.
Ooh, a bow!
Go ahead. I'll follow your lead and watch your back.
Yeah, I messed that up last time, I guess, because I never did get the bow. Iron arrow and longbow. Okay, so longbow. Okay, now this is different. Okay, so archery. Hold right trigger to knock the arrow. Draw back and release RT to fire. or press left X to cancel the shot. Oh, sweet. So they did do it. I was wondering if they handled bows the way that they did in some of the other VR games, and they did. This is my my left hand just rotating around with the bow. Right hand's got the arrow. Hold it up. Where's the bear even at? I don't even... Oh, that's the bear. That's the bear over there sleeping. I guess. It's kind of ugly for a bear. But hold it. Let's see. Knock. Pull. Got you! Oh god, he's gonna kill me. Uh-oh. Let's move away and let's very quickly activate the thing because I'm not sure. I don't have any favorites set yet. So I'm going to switch over to... Ooh. The Iron Battle Axe, which has a crap weight but is pretty heavy. But is pretty powerful. Oh, you made the... You jerk. Then again, I didn't switch to the axe like I thought I was going to anyway. I must not have selected it like I thought I did. Not that one. That one. There we go. Now I got the big O axe. This is actually what I was working with last time. But yeah, last time apparently I must have like... And my shield is gone. I got to put my shield on separately again, apparently. The first time that I ran through anything... like I said, I was just kind of zipping through just to kind of see what it was like since I knew I was going to be playing it for real later. And I must have moved ahead of that guy, so he wasn't with me anymore, so I was never given the bow and arrow. So the first time, like, the bear came up, I just had... Oh, come on, the axe is gone now, too? I just had the... Why do I not have the fucking axe? Weapons. Iron Battle Axe. Select. Are we done now? No, because now I don't have my fucking shield again! What the crap is going on? What am I doing wrong here? Let me go back to all. All. Iron Shield, yes. Iron Battle Axe, yes. And Iron Shield just disappeared, so I guess the Battle Axe must... Oh, that's what it is. I bet you the Battle Axe is a two-handed weapon, isn't it? That's why I wouldn't be allowed to use the shield. But if I go to sword, the shield is back. That's what's going on, I believe. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay. Yeah, because like I said, I didn't have a shield the last time, so I'm like, what the heck? But then it just leaves your weird move controller hanging out here. It's strange that they let the move controllers just hang. And I guess it sort of makes sense because you have to point to things even if you're not armed, but it is kind of an immersion-breaking weird kind of thing. But yeah, first time I didn't get to do it, so I had the big old axe, and the bear came up, and I was just like, ah! Trying to kill the bear. Oops. Come on, keep going. I like the fog effect. The fog... Whoa, sorry, I had to scratch my cheek, and in goes the shield into my face. But it's weird, because a lot of games that are VR that use fog, the fog looks very pixelated when you're walking through it, and it doesn't in this case.
I knew we'd make it.
Which is cool. Yeah, you knew we'd make it, but then... Wait, where'd you go? You knew we'd make it, but then there was, like, the bear and shit, man. Actually, that's what happened, come to think of it. When I first played, I don't think I followed him for the second half. I think I followed the other guy. Because when I got out here, I'm not sure if it was that guy that was standing out here with me. I thought it was the other guy that was out here standing with me. Maybe I'm getting myself confused. I don't know. Like I said, I only played for, like...
There he goes.
Just long enough to get to that point.
He's gone for good this time. No way to know if anyone else made it out alive.
Good feeling of scale.
Swarming with Imperials soon enough.
It's going to be storming with Imperials. You mean stormtroopers? That's going to suck. Not a lot of, I'm seeing a little bit of texture pop in. And, of course, I mean, the plants look about the scale of realism as you would see in, like, Robinson the Journey. That's cool. All right, so I'm going to kill this here for the moment. So that means I go to System, I go down to Quit. I'll do a quick save. I don't think I'm going to actually want to do it, but quick save. Thank you. Stamina is low because I did the whooah thing. Go down to Quit. And quit. So I'm looking forward to actually playing the game through completely in VR. I think it's interesting that the way that it's set up, because of the default motion controls that you use and the teleporting thing and the turning that's done by increments, I find that I don't get any kind of motion sickness at all when playing this game, which would probably be an issue if I was playing with the regular controller. But the regular controller is an option, and even with the Move controllers, you can turn on a motion type that is similar to Arizona Sunshine, where your turning isn't incremental, it's regular turning with those buttons. The direction you point forward or backwards with your left hand, you hold down the Move button and you either walk forward with it or walk back with it. And then things like jumping is manual with the right triangle button. I want to say it's a double click of one of the buttons that turns you to stealth mode or has you run. So you do have different control options. Don't think that this is something you have to use the Move motion controllers for. You can use a regular controller, and if you do use the motion controllers, don't think you are stuck in teleport mode. You're not. You can use regular motion. It's just I didn't happen to turn it on because for me it's a comfort level thing. But so far, I am pretty stoked to jump into it. Can't wait for the guide to show up for me on Monday so I can start digging in. It'll be interesting playing a game that has a guide when, you know, I can't see the guide while I play because I'm in the headset and everything. Thought you guys would enjoy this. Now, again, as I said early on in this stream, I am playing this on the new PlayStation VR hardware with the updated headset and the updated Move controllers because I bought the Skyrim bundle on launch day. So one thing that I'm going to do, and this is a PS4 Pro for what it's worth as far as the processing goes, that probably makes a difference. One thing I'm going to do at some point within the next few days is I am going to get out my original PSVR that's now in the other room and the new PSVR and do a quick video where I show you how the hardware differs from one to the next. I don't think it's good, with the exception of the HDR pass-through thing of the new processor box, I don't think it's enough of a change that if you already have PlayStation VR but you don't, you know, watch stuff on a 4K TV with HDR and get frustrated by the processor box not allowing pass-through for the original PSVR, I don't think there's a need to do an upgrade. But it is an upgrade. It does feel like an upgrade in some small respects. But from the standpoint of should you buy the new PSVR or not, I mean, really it comes down to whether or not you want the HDR pass-through for your 4K TV, for 4K content on other games. And you can notice a difference for what it's worth. I am noticing a difference on Star Wars Battlefront 2 between HDR or not. It's just, you wouldn't necessarily see it on the stream because, of course, that won't come through stream-wise. So, thank you for watching. I hope this has been instructive for those of you who are trying to decide whether to either play Skyrim VR at all for the first time, or perhaps playing Skyrim again in VR on PlayStation VR instead of the original regular TV screen way of playing it, or maybe if this helps tip you over whether you want to pick up the bundle for this as we get into the holiday shopping period. The last thing I'll say before I end, if you are looking for the PlayStation VR bundle that's going to have the new version of the PlayStation VR hardware, the new updated versions of the motion controllers, which is really just how they charge and the finish on them, it is the Skyrim bundle you want to pick up. PlayStation VR Worlds bundles are older bundles. They don't have the updated hardware. For some reason, the Gran Turismo Sport bundle that they just released does not have the updated hardware. Only the Skyrim bundle one does for now. And then on December 1st, they will be releasing another bundle that has Doom VFR, the VR version of the Doom game. And that will have the updated hardware as well. Easiest way to tell, look at the image it's showing of the hardware. And if it has a weird sort of slit-looking thing on the round piece on the rim that goes around your head that seems like it has a wire going to or from it, that's the new way they've set up a place for you to put your headphones. So that will be indicative of a new one, or just look for the VR product number among the contents on the side, and if it ends in 2, that's the updated one. If it does not, it is not the updated one. So hope that helps you out, but I'll do a video on that specifically sometime in the next few days. So thank you for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll catch you on, I guess, soon a Battlefront live stream. Thanks.